We're just 3 days away from the biggest college football game of this season. Georgia and Tennessee, the Vols, ranked number 1 in the country according to the College Football Playoff Committee, come to Athens to take on the reigning champion Georgia Bulldogs, ranked number 3. College game day is going to be there. Your boy is going to be up in the press box, just like he is every game. And there are going to be plenty of 5-star prospects in town. Everyone wants to see this game. Kids from all over the country, 23, 24, 25 class, they're all coming. Everyone wants to be at this game. We've got a massive list coming soon on Dog Post, hoping to publish that on Wednesday night, but wanted to get ahead of this, get on YouTube and talk about some of the big-time prospects who will be in attendance. So let's get started. Now, first I want to talk about the official visitors. Those are the guys that the staff is trying to win over big time. The first, 5-star edge defender, outside linebacker Samuel Mpemba. I've talked about him for a long time now. I think that Georgia has been the leader for him behind the scenes, one of the top edge defenders and pass rush specialist in the country. This will be the 3rd or 4th time he's seen Georgia play in live. I think he was at Mercedes-Benz for the Oregon game. He was at Missouri to watch Georgia take on the Tigers up in Columbia. He's from Missouri, plays at IMG Academy now. Was back for the Auburn game a few weeks ago, and he's back again, this time for an official visit. Georgia has Gabe Harris, 6'4", 245-pound edge outside linebacker, already committed. Samuel Mpemba, another IMG Academy guy, is someone who I think Georgia has led for a few weeks. I think they have a somewhat comfortable lead going into this official visit, and I think Georgia is going to land him at some point. Devin Hobbs, another 4-star defensive lineman, versatile guy, can play the 5 or the 3 technique. This is a guy out of North Carolina who I think Georgia has some work to do. I think Alabama and Tennessee are both ahead of Georgia right now. We'll see if things change after this official visit. But he's a big-time player, one of the fastest rising prospects across the country, one of the best overall players in North Carolina. And I think Georgia would love to add him, but they've got some work to do. And then a wide receiver out of California, DeAndre Moore, current Louisville commitment, 6 foot, 180. Great ball skills. He's tough. He's got plenty of muscle on him. One of the top wide receivers on the West Coast. I think Georgia's pushing hard for him. Getting him on campus for an official visit is huge. If Georgia has a place for him, or if he has a spot to commit and sign with Georgia, he's not signing with Louisville. All right, no one's picking Louisville over Georgia right now, so I do think that the Bulldogs are definitely a team to watch. So he's on flip watch for me, especially if he has a good official visit. So those are 3 official visitors that I've definitely got my eye on. Let's talk about commitments. Almost all of them are going to be in town. I've confirmed with 5-star cornerback A.J. Harris. He's going to be in town. 4-star offensive lineman Bo Hewley. 4-star linebacker C.J. Allen. 4-star linebacker Troy Bowles. I think Raylan Wilson, one of the top inside linebacker prospects in the country, plays down there in the Tallahassee area. I think he's going to come up for this game. I haven't confirmed it with him. If I do, it'll be in the story that you can check out over on Dog Post. Monroe Freeling, 4-star tackle, is going to be there. Jamal Jarrett, 4-star defensive tackle, is going to be there. Pierce Sperlin, 4-star tight end. Lawson Lucky, 4-star tight end. Raymond Cottrell, 4-star wide receiver. Kelton Smith, 4-star offensive lineman. Joshua Miller, out-of-state guy, coming down to make the trip. He's a 3-star offensive lineman. Yazid Haynes, out of Pennsylvania, 3-star wide receiver. He's going to make the trip. And then in the 24 class, Sokovie White, 4-star out of Cass High School in North Georgia. He's going to be there. I think the 2 kids out of Colquitt County, Nikar, 4-star wide receiver, and Landon Thomas, a 4-star tight end, both commitments. I think they're going to be in town. Have not heard from them specifically. So haven't gotten a yes or no, but I think they'll be there. So most of the commitments, they're going to be in town. This is a big one. Of course, plenty of guys committed elsewhere are going to be in town. I wrote a big story on that earlier this week. 4-star running back Justice Haynes, you know all about him. Spurned Georgia to commit to Alabama, I believe this summer. I think it was in July. He's going to be in town. I've heard that he is still 100% locked into Alabama, but they play in Baton Rouge. And he's not able to go to Tuscaloosa for a visit. He's going to go right down the road, check out this monster game, number 1 versus number 3. I don't think Georgia's going to land him, though, but he will be in town. Anthony Evans, 4-star wide receiver, chose Oklahoma over Georgia, I believe, in August. He's going to be in town with Oklahoma, not looking great at all, really. Maybe this visit opens his eyes up a little bit. I think that they're going to add just one more wide receiver. I do think it's going to be DeAndre Moore, the Louisville commitment that's on his official visit that I spoke about earlier, or Anthony Evans. So definitely one to keep an eye on. I think they're going to land one of those 2. And then Jordan Louis, West Virginia commitment, running back out of Meadow Creek, played in Alabama last year. Now he's tearing it up in Gwinnett County for the Mustangs. He's been very, very good this year as a senior. No offer yet from Georgia. If he gets one, that would be a big deal. Now let's talk about the 24 class, some of the best players in the country making this trip. Ellis Robinson, IMG Academy, 5-star cornerback. He likes Georgia a lot, always has. He's going to be in town. KJ Bolden, 5-star safety, wide receiver. He could play both at the next level out of Buford. Speedster, big-time track star with ball skills. He's going to be in town. Mike Matthews, another 5-star from Gwinnett County. He plays at Parkview. I've seen him in person. He's really good. Another guy, terrific with the ball in his hands, could play DB or wide receiver. I think Georgia likes him more at wide receiver. He's a 5-star on these other outlets. Looks like one too when I went and saw him in person. He's going to be in town. Jake Merklinger, 24 quarterback. They want to take 2. They already have Ryan Puglisi, from Connecticut on the commit list in the 24 class. They want to take one more quarterback. Jake Merklinger out of Savannah might be the guy. I think he's kind of leaning elsewhere, but we'll see after this visit. King Joseph Edwards, another outside linebacker that earned an offer from the Bulldogs in late February. He's going to be in town. Another Buford kid. Jaden Lewis, he's a 4-star defensive back from Anniston High School in Alabama. He's going to be in town. Daniel Calhoun, one of my favorite offensive line prospects in the state of Georgia, probably in the South for that 24 class. He is massive out of Centennial High School in Roswell. He's going to be in town again. He can go anywhere he wants. Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, Clemson. Big, big deal in my opinion. He's really good. Saw him earlier this year in person against Cambridge where he dominated. Definitely a guy to keep an eye on. So this is not a complete list. I'm going down the list I have right here, but there are other guys who will be in the story that are not in this YouTube list that I'm giving to y'all right now. So for the full list that I hope to have done by the end of today, Wednesday, when you're watching this, so make sure to go check that out. Some 25 guys. Zayden Walker, I think he's the #1 player in the state of Georgia for the 25 class out of Schley County. A freak, just a freak athlete. Running back, linebacker. I think Georgia likes him at linebacker. Dude can run and hit. Plays for that small town down in kind of middle Georgia. I wouldn't say it's South Georgia, but kind of on the verge there. Big deal. He's going to be in town again. Antoine Hill Jr., one of the top 25 quarterbacks in the state of Georgia. His cousin Trey Hill played offensive line at Georgia a few years ago. He's going to be in town again. Ellis Williams down in Charlton County. That is South Georgia. Tight end, defensive end. He could go to Georgia, play either one. Big-time prospect who already looks the part. He's a 5-star guy in the 25 class. He's going to be in town again. Ethan Barber, 4-star tight end out of Alpharetta High School. Saw him play in person against Jefferson and Sammy Brown in week 1. Caught a touchdown pass. He definitely looks like a legit SEC receiver. Again, one of the best in the 25 class. He's going to be in Athens again. Bear Tenney, big-time tight end out of Arizona. He's flying in for the trip. So many guys. So many guys. I don't know how many 5-stars I think I just rattled off. At least get close to 10 already in this video, and there's more on the way that will be in that story. 26 class, couple guys in state to know about. Julian Lewis, who is being talked about on the same level as Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, just a freshman at Carrollton High School, lighting it up for one of the best programs really in the state. He's played excellent this year as a freshman. He's going to be in town. Tyler Atkinson out of Grayson, an elite pass rusher, freshman playing at powerful Grayson. Are you kidding me? Not only is he playing, he's making a big impact. He's got 5-star potential written all over him and should be one of the best players in the country in that 26 class. So, again, they got some official visitors in town, especially a big-time target, 5-star Sam Mpimba, who, again, I think they lead for. Plenty of commitments, guys committed elsewhere, plenty of guys in the 24 class. If you don't know a bunch of these names, that's okay, because it's my job to explain to you who they are. And, of course, there's more in-depth on these guys over in that story. And if you're a Dog Post member, you can always just write on the message board, hey, Matt, who is this guy? Who's leaning where? And I do my best to respond quickly. So if you're on the message board and you're a member of Dog Post, you can get your questions answered hopefully as quick as possible if I'm around and have some internet. So I love this time of the year. I obviously cover recruiting all year, but to see them on the sidelines pregame, talking with the coaches, you really get an idea of who's important, who's a major target, who's talking with who. who's having a good time, or who's on their phone, not on their visit but kind of committed elsewhere, not really looking at Georgia, just there for a good time. You can definitely tell who wants to be a Bulldog and who, not necessarily who doesn't, but you get a good idea of where things stand just watching them. Watch the players warm up. Which guy is Kirby talking to? Which guy is Trey Scott talking to? So always a good time to see them in person reacting to being in Sanford Stadium and in a big environment like this. So it is a loaded group. We told you when the Auburn game came around, there was a lot of prospects there for that game. But we said, hey, when Tennessee comes to town, everyone is going to want to be there for that game. And I think the visitor list speaks for itself. Go read about it over on Dog Post. Either tonight or tomorrow, Thursday, should be up. So again, appreciate y'all watching this video. As always, stay tuned to the next one coming up right now, and I will see you over on Dog Post.